Welcome, everybody. It is Wednesday, January 19th, and we're about to get into some of the picks for today, some of the plays for today for SuperDraft Pro. I'm JC Money, and this is my man, Craig.
Yep.
Let's get into this. How did you do last night? Anything crazy? I mean, it was only 2 games, but
it wasn't a pretty slate. It wasn't a pretty slate overall, but I still made like $3 off the pro contest because Kuminga was good. Like everybody else was okay, and last night pretty much if you didn't have like Julius Randle, Evan Fournier, Isaiah Stewart, Jonathan Kuminga, Klay Thompson was in there too, Saban Lee, Jalen Noel, Hamidou Diallo, those were like the only guys that really hit. I guess Kemba Walker was like okay, like he probably got to 45.
Yeah, it's crazy. You come off that shit, and you're like, fuck it, I'm just gonna play him, and he ended up doing pretty well.
Yeah, I played him on FanDuel because he was 4,900 over there, so he actually got 29.4 points over there. So he was actually he was one of the better values on FanDuel last night.
What's up, Antonio? Welcome in, everybody. You know, we're gonna do a couple lineups tonight, and then we're gonna go through, some of the guys that Craig really likes, and
yeah. Well, we got some on the graphics, and I added even more this morning because there's a lot of guys that are potentially in play tonight.
13 games late. There was a lot of guys when you sent to me. I was like, damn, this is already a lot.
Mm-hmm. And like even at the dart throw section, like I literally have like 10 dart throw like guards and centers a piece.
So if you guys haven't heard of SuperDraft Pro, if you're new to SuperDraft Pro, if you have any questions, throw it in the comments. We will talk about it, And make sure that you get signed up for sure. Get signed up, sdcoachjc.com. Get signed up, start playing. It's a lot of fun. Craig's already won, almost $600. I think this in what you said, about 20 days.
Yeah, so this month's been what? So this is about day 20 or 21. And profit-wise, I'm at like $570.
That's awesome.
So after the fee and everything, but
yeah, you had a couple of big hits in football, I know.
Yep. Big hits, yeah. Actually, my real big ones this month have been in football. All been in football.
Yeah, I mean, it's exciting. It's exciting winning in there, too. It's exciting that we can actually – there's a lot of us in there that we can actually follow each other and, like, look up each other and see who's doing well.
Even in football the other day, you got first, I got second in the one contest.
Yeah, it's awesome. It just crushed.
We took all the money.
Yeah, we did. What's up? What up, Second Take Extra? Make sure you guys got in your lineups for hockey, too. I mean, there's a out, and they're saying to start the goalie, but my man Austin coming in with the insight said don't start goalies just because of the fact that this could be a crazy game, lots of points. You really, at that point, have to pick the winning goalie. Otherwise, you're going to be like in the negatives or at 0.
Mm-hmm. And I will say something, too, a little bit before we get started, too. If anybody's playing on Prize Picks, they did expand today. They added where you can bet steals plus blocks on players that they have listed, and then they have assists plus points plus rebounds prop bets now as well, too. So that just started today. I was in there looking at some props today, and I'm like, oh, hey, this is new.
That's awesome. Yeah, I'm excited. I keep telling you I'm going to get in there, but I really need to get in there because I want to start doing some of those because it is a lot of fun. It is a lot of fun. If
we get, well, I guess once we get down to the end there, I'll rattle off a couple that I liked since I made a list. But let's see. I see Second Take Extra there with no Mitchell. You guys like Jordan Clarkson tonight? Yeah, he's going to be in play. He's 1.6 multiplier, scoring dependent guy. He kind of falls into this range with a lot of other guys tonight. He's not a bad play by any means. If he scores the ball well, he's going to be a good play. If he doesn't score the ball well, he doesn't shoot well, it's probably not going to be the best play. I do assume Joe Ingles ends up starting just because, that's what the Jazz do. They never start Jordan Clarkson, even when it would make sense.
He's got to put the ball in the hole, right?
So yeah. Well, I think they just like him as the primary scorer in the second unit too. So Gabe Vincent, he's in my dart throws for tonight. He is at 1.75. If his multiplier was a little bit higher, I probably like him a little bit higher, but he's had decent games here and there as well. The last game he pretty much played without Lowry. There was Hero still off the bench, but he looks a little bit better than he would typically in the starting lineup. But still more of a Jimmy Butler game than anything. Then which other guy steps up besides Jimmy Butler and Bam Adebayo being back is just kind of up in the air because it could be anyone on any given night. So he's definitely somebody you can take a shot on. It's not bad by any means.
Yeah. Jimmy buckets all day.
Hey, let's see if we can get a triple-double again tonight.
Let's see here. Let's get into it. Hey, and if you guys I know you guys might be watching over at Hustler's channel, but if you guys get an opportunity, get over and at least get on my go on my channel. I got to get Craig all signed up here real quick. We've been talking about it. But go over on my channel, a JC Money Design on YouTube, and just give it a like, give it a follow. Make sure you get those notifications turned on, and already you should be subbed up for Coach Craig Sports as well on YouTube, because he comes in with the hard gangster ass shit in the morning too for
everything,
FanDuel and for DraftKings, and he also does some Prize Pick stuff. So yeah, make sure you guys are tuning in to all the content that we provide, because it's a lot of work, and we do what we can to help you guys out the best that we can.
Yeah, if you don't mind, I'll run through the injuries real quick.
Yeah, go for it.
I mean, you can put the initial look up on the screen too if you want.
That's all right. I didn't even worry about that.
Okay, no, you're good. So I'm just going to say that we do have two of the starting lineups for the 7 o'clock games, the 7 o'clock Eastern time, 6 o'clock Central time. Is Magic is Cole Anthony, Jalen Suggs, Gary Harris, Franz Wagner, and Mo Bamba. So they are going a little bit smaller tonight against the Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers lineup should be pretty standard with Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry, Furkman Korkmaz, Tobias Harris, and Joel Embiid. We do not have that lineup yet at this point in time. The Wizards already announced theirs as well, with Spencer Dinwiddie, Bradley Beal, Contavious Caldwell-Pope, Kyle Kuzma, and Daniel Gafford. They are playing against the Brooklyn Nets. Have no idea what theirs is going to look like tonight because they're missing a few guys. But going back to the Magic real quick, Wendell Carter Jr. is out once again. The other guys that they have there have been out for a while. Obviously, the 76ers are without Danny Green and Shake Milton once again, as well as Matisse Thybulle. And then the Brooklyn Nets, obviously, without Kevin Durant for a good period of time. Nick Claxton, DeAndre Bembry, Josh Harris, and Paul Millsap are all out as well. Let's see, we got Timberwolves. They're just without Jordan McLaughlin once again, so I don't really care there. And then for the Atlanta Hawks, Bogdan Bogdanovic and Clint Capella both out once again. We just got news that Kelly Oubre was ruled in for the Charlotte Hornets, so he'll be coming off the bench tonight. Not anybody you want to play like on SuperDraft by any means, but he's going to be playing, so he takes minutes away from a couple other guys, takes especially Cody Martin, but that's kind of the biggest one. Boston Celtics, the biggest ones for them are Marcus Smart's not playing once again, so Dennis Schroeder's in play once again, and then Robert Williams is not playing tonight. You could look at Al Horford, but unfortunately for SuperDraft, he's only center eligible. I believe he's 1.5 multiplier. And we saw in the last game without Robert Williams that him and Enes Kanter split the minutes pretty much right down the middle, so not super excited there. Let's see. Then we move down to Portland. Portland's obviously without Damian Lillard, Larry Nance, Norman Powell, and Cody Zeller once again. C.J. McCollum did come back the last time out. He should be on some type of minutes limit once again, probably right around 30 minutes tonight. The Miami Heat kind of talked a little bit about just because, Tyler Hero, Kyle Lowry both out once again. Obviously, Markieff Morris, KZ Okpala, and Victor Oladipo still all out. Cleveland Cavaliers are without Rajon Rondo and Lamar Stevens once again. Bulls are missing Lonzo Ball, Javonte Green, Derek Jones, Zach LaVine, and Patrick Williams. They do get Alex Caruso back tonight. He's probably going to be on some type of minutes limit, though. So I'd probably assume right around 26 or so out of him. It'd be interesting to see whether or not he does end up starting, though. The big value spot on tonight's slate is the Memphis Grizzlies because they're without Kyle Anderson, Desmond Bane, Dylan Brooks, Tyus Jones, and Killian Tilly. So guys like DeAnthony Melton, Zaire Williams, John Concher, these are dart throws that could really pay off tonight, just depending on who gets the most minutes and does the most with them. So when we get Zion? What?
You just say Zion?
Zaire Williams.
Oh, it's like, is he back? Yeah. What?
No, not for the Grizzlies. But yeah, somebody out of that's probably going to pay off out of that. Or those three definitely. But for the Bucks, Drew Holiday's questionable. Obviously, Brook Lopez is still out. Toronto Raptors, Kem Birch is out once again. Gary Trent is questionable. We'll see if he plays or not. For Drew Holiday's status, he's still just listed as a game time decision. We'll see if he plays. Like that game starts at 8 o'clock Eastern, 7 o'clock Central Time. Let me click on it and see if there's any newer news. Yeah, it just says questionable to play against them with the ankle injury. I don't know. Like with the Bucks, we kind of know what the Bucks look like with Drew Holiday if he ends up playing. We know what the Bucks look like if he doesn't end up playing. He's not a guy that I personally want to play on SuperDraft tonight because even if he does come back, he's probably on some type of minutes limit, probably around like 26 minutes or something like that. With Toronto, Gary Trent's questionable once again. He's missed like 5 or 6 games now. We'll see if he ends up playing. Mavericks are pretty much healthy besides Sterling Brown, who really doesn't matter. The Thunder, pretty much all the way healthy for the guys that actually matter. The Spurs are all the way healthy for the guys that actually matter. Houston Rockets all the way healthy besides John Wall, who hasn't played all year. Utah is without Rudy Gay and Donovan Mitchell as well as Hassan Whiteside. So it'll be interesting to see who gets that backup center run. It's probably going to be Eric Paschall. Probably not going to play enough minutes to matter, though. Jordan Clarkson could be in play. Joe Ingles, if he could actually make – like Joe Ingles has been terrible this year, though, but I do assume he starts in place of Donovan Mitchell. I do like Mike Conley a little bit tonight as well. I don't know if he's on my initial list or not, but definitely one of my core plays on both DraftKings and FanDuel, and he's, I believe, 1.55 on SuperDraft, so it doesn't look too bad there overall. The Clippers are without Nick Batum once again. Then obviously they have Paul George and Kawhi Leonard both out. Luke Kennard's questionable. We'll see if he's back or not. Denver Nuggets, pretty much what we've been looking at. The Detroit Pistons, they get Lunch Lady potentially back tonight. He's expected to play. Killian Hayes did hurt his hip last night, which killed me on DraftKings. Only ended up playing 9 minutes and scoring 0 points, but he's doubtful to play tonight, so we probably see Corey Joseph or Saban Lee in the starting lineup. They could be a little bit of fun plays if you really want to go there. Let's see. Then, obviously, for the Kings, Tyrese Halliburton's out once again. For the Pacers, Miles Turner is out with a foot injury for like 2 weeks now. Jeremy Lamb, Malcolm Brogdon, both questionable. They both missed last game as well. Not sure if they play tonight or not. I'm just assuming Brogdon's not going to play once again. Don't think he really matters too much on the Super Draft if he plays or not. On some other sites, I do like Karis LeVert if he doesn't play, but Karis LeVert, I believe, is at 1.25 on SuperDraft, so not quite as enticing there. And then for the Lakers, they're pretty much just what they've been at. Carmelo Anthony is questionable once again. He's missed the past 2 games. So that's kind of the brief rundown on the injuries. I probably shouldn't even say brief because it's a lot of stuff.
No, it's good. It's good information. It's good for everyone to hear everything because they can get their minds fresh once we start talking about some of the other guys that, excuse me, are in play.
Yeah, so I see a second take extra and a couple other things. Or, well, he has the Drew Holiday stats, and I saw Eric Gordon before that.
Well,
he's a high multiplier, but he's a super scoring dependent guard. He's playing with other super scoring dependent players. Like, yeah, you can have a random game where he goes off, but I'm not chasing that at this point in time. I mean, like, if one of these other guys, like if Jalen Green or Kevin Porter was out, then maybe I'd chase it. But with all those, with those guys in, with Christian Wood in, it's kind of hard for Eric Gordon to do it. He's just kind of the old guy on the team that's just kind of there and shoots every once in a while.
You guys be on the lookout. Craig and I are going to be putting together a half-season league for everybody that is subbed up with us. So if you're subscribed to our channel, either one of our channels, you're going to have an opportunity to come play Dynasty basketball with us. Or I mean, we'll probably just play. We'll probably get into a Dynasty league next year, start one next year. But for this year we'll at least do a redraft and see how things gonna go. It'll be a lot of fun. All right, let's get into some of these guards. I mean, I know you talked a lot about some of the other guys that are out there, but let's kind of talk about some of the guys that are in play for our non-dart throws.
Yeah, so let me try to make this bigger real quick so I can talk about the list that we do have here. So James Harden's a 1x multiplier. Obviously, there's no Kevin Durant, so James Harden looks a lot better. I said we're going to be playing a lot of him in the coming weeks when Kevin Durant's out, especially, at the home games where there's no Kyrie Irving either. So he's definitely in play once tonight. We know James Harden can go out and put 70 points up on any single night. Luka Doncic, obviously, he's at 1.05. I'm surprised his multiplier went up because he just had a triple-double, too. That was a pretty good one. So we've seen that out of him. He can have those big nights, so definitely in play. John Moran at 1.1. I do like him quite a bit just because, there isn't that much depth on this Grizzly team. There's no Tyus Jones behind him, so maybe he plays a couple extra minutes there as well. Kyrie Irving, 1.15. Obviously, there's no Kevin Durant. He did put up like a 50-point game the last time out, too, so definitely enticing there. Bradley Beal's always enticing at 1.2.
Yeah,
Darius Garland, we know what he can do, especially, with no Rajon Rondo trying to snipe away some of the assists. 1.25 looks very good. De'Aaron Fox, no Tyrese Halliburton once again. looks pretty good. Unfortunately, last game he looked really good, and then he got ejected 26 minutes into the game. But can't do too much about that. Supposedly, part of that was the ref's fault too, because they call like a flagrant on a normal foul or something like that, and then like Fox said something to the ref, and then he just threw him out. Like, I don't know. D'Angelo Russell at 1.3, he's all right once again. Some of these other guys probably look a little bit better than him, but he does have some upside as well. Tyler Hero is obviously out now since he was put on the COVID list earlier on in the day. Anthony Simons, we have seen the upside with him. He's back up to 1.5 since CJ McCollum's back. Probably doesn't do it on a consistent basis, but still a guy that's in play once again tonight. Dennis Schroeder at 1.55. We've seen what he can do when Marcus Smart's out. We also saw that terrible game where he had like 4 points, but that's besides the point. Jordan Clarkson, obviously at 1.6. Can't talk about him already. Buddy Hield at 1.6 as well. Could end up starting. Could end up coming off the bench and having a big game like he did the last time out. Let me double check my notes here too, because I got a couple more.
I like that. I like that Schroeder call, and I like that Hield call. Like I think that both of them could be.
Actually, I don't think I added any more guards in the regular play. Most of them are in the dart throws and multipliers, high multipliers.
I might even be fine going, James Harden and then those two guys, and then just getting a little.
I mean, there's a lot of ways you can approach this slate tonight, because you can go with like really like stud guys that should do well, because there's a lot of stud guys that should do well on this slate. Obviously, it's a 13 game slate, so you have a lot of options out there. Or you can go with some high multipliers with mix and match some like high, some safer studs as well. There's just a lot of different options.
All right, let's get into the forwards then. We're gonna have to do. I think I have 3 lineups, and if there's anything available by the time we're done, maybe I'll throw something else, like a double up or something.
Yeah. So forwards, we got LeBron James, Giannis. They're both 1x. We know what they can do on any given slate. Obviously, last time it didn't pan out for Giannis because Chris Middleton was too busy scoring all the points, but that's a whole nother story. Sabonis looks pretty good once again. Obviously, if Brogdon's out, he looks better, but even with Brogdon in, he's still all right. I don't think Brogdon's going to play big minutes, even if he does end up playing, which I don't assume he's going to play. Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, they're always right there, 1.15, 1.2. They can have it on any given night. So typically the same thing as always, especially when we're playing on a 13-game slate. Don't play both of them together, especially on a 13-game slate. There's no reason to. Tatum might look a little bit better tonight. Might get a couple extra rebounds without Robert Williams out there. That's definitely a possibility. Then Jimmy Butler, 1.15. He's got like quite a bit tonight. He's kind of that de facto ball handler for the Miami Heat tonight without Kyle Lowry, without Tyler Hero. Maybe gets a couple extra shots, a couple extra assists. He's a threat for a triple-double tonight even. So pretty interested in him at 1.15. Pascal Siakam, 1.2. Like, he's just always there. Like, he's a guy that's not going to disappoint you most of the time. If he has a blow-up game, he's going to help your team out. Chris Middleton, 1.3. Obviously, he looks better if Drew Holiday doesn't play. We've seen what he's done without Drew Holiday out. Bobby Portis there at 1.45 instead of 1.55 now. He's still in play, but he doesn't look quite as good as he typically has been.
See, I think I'm playing Middleton here.
Yeah, Middleton looks good. He obviously looks
Jimmy buckets for sure.
Yeah, Middleton just looks a little bit worse if Drew Holiday ends up playing. That's about it.
Yeah, I mean, but the crazy thing about Bobby P though is he's been pretty, steady. I mean, even with that multiplier, he's getting over, 50. At least anybody to me a safe play. Anybody that I like in my lineup, if they score over 50 points, I'm happy about it. If it's less than 50, especially if you have like a 1 times multiplier and you go less than 50, I'm pretty upset.
Yep,
because that really hurts.
Yes, sir.
You got any other guys on your forwards that weren't on here?
Let me double check. I threw Marcus Morris down there at 1.45 too, just because I didn't throw him on the initial list. He's obviously got the upside if he's scoring the ball well once again tonight. He's one of the main point scorers for the Clippers, so can't say too much there.
No, not at all. I mean that's a safe play too. Somebody that's scoring a lot of points. I mean, points don't mean a lot, but if he's scoring them at least.
So he was really safe for like a 6-game stretch. Then he had like 2 or 3 bad games in a row, and then he's kind of starting to score again. I don't know if he just got tired because he's old now, or he's older. Can't call a 33-year-old guy really old either. Bogdanovich is going to be in the dart throw section at 1.7. Obviously, if he shoots the ball, he's going to look better. If he doesn't shoot the ball well, then he's probably not going to pay off.
And what's up? What's up? Welcome in.
That looks like a new face too, or at least a new face for us.
Yeah, I think he's from Huss's channel.
Yep.
Welcome in. Yeah, welcome in. We're talking basketball every single night, so yeah, make this a reg. All right, let's get into the centers, man. And you know, I'm all about the centers here. I'm all about.
Yeah, I mean, for this one, it's pretty much the big names at the top. You know, you got Nikola Jokic. He's a 1x multiplier guy that's liable to go off for 70 on any single night. Liable to have a triple-double on any single night. Joel Embiid, you know, a guy that's liable to get over 30 real-life points on any single night at 1.05. So those guys look really good. Karl Anthony Towns looks pretty good at 1.1. Obviously, he didn't do the best yesterday.
I got a big down day. But, I mean, Mitchell got thrown out like you said. He got ejected just like you said he would.
Oh, no, he fouled out. He had 6 fouls.
Sorry, not ejected. Fouled out. Just like you said he would.
I played a lot of him on FanDuel, and I played a lot of him, especially on DraftKings, but because he was a decent play there. But I'm like, the foul trouble. Like, he fouled out in 20 minutes. Like, he's always been prone to fouls, but he's been better this year. So I'm like, maybe he won't foul out. Oh, just kidding.
He's just slapping fools.
Yeah. Nikolai Vucevic at 1.15. Obviously, he looks pretty good for the Bulls since, you know, there's no Zach LaVine, there's no Lonzo Ball, there's more opportunities for him. Obviously, he's a very talented player, a former All-Star. Joseph Nurkic, 1.25. Obviously, he's coming off the monster game where he went 2020 the last time out. So, he definitely looks good once again. Didn't expect quite that performance out of him last time, especially with McCollum coming back. So, McCollum coming back should hurt him a little bit, but we'll see. And then Jakob Poeltl, 1.5. He's just kind of that guy. He's going to get you about 30, 32 points. 1.5. He's going to get you about 48. He's not going to kill you. And I think I don't have any extra ones in terms of centers, at least. Yeah, no extra ones for centers.
Well, you kind of do because we got – oh, shoot. Hold on. I threw in the wrong one. Let me get to the dart throws. Boom.
Yep.
Yeah, I didn't have it on there. I just got to load it up real quick.
All right.
Bam. Dart throw darlings. What's up? Give it to me.
So at the guards, we kind of talked about Gabe Vincent already at 1.75. Got Davion Mitchell at 1.8. Obviously, he gets more minutes without Tyrese Halliburton. Still probably not going to be in the starting lineup, but coming off the bench, playing more minutes, definitely in play. He had a very good game last time out, but part of that was due to De'Aaron Fox getting ejected too, so it's probably not going to look as good as last time. DeAndre Hunter at 1.8 looks pretty good once again. Ayo Dosunmu, 2x multiplier. We've seen a couple of big games out of him. Not really consistent that it's going to be there, but if he's in the starting lineup, he looks all right once again. They do get Alex Caruso back tonight, so we'll see if that affects Dosunmu at all. I'm going to go to the other guards that I have on my sheet just because there's a bunch more now. Let's see where we were at. So the other ones we have Terrence Davis. He wasn't on here because they didn't have him on the slate before. He had a crazy good game the last time out. He started for the Kings last time in place of Tyrese Halliburton. If he starts once again at 1.7, he looks pretty good. DeAnthony Melton at 1.75. Should be in the starting lineup for Memphis tonight. Should be very much in play. John Concher at 1.85, another guy from Memphis. Probably not going to start, but if he plays big minutes and he plays well, we've seen him do well earlier in the year. So at 1.85, especially without Desmond Bane, without Kyle Anderson, he should have more minutes once again tonight. Then we'll move down to the forwards. So Chris Boucher, he could be at forward. He could be at center too as well, 1.7. We've seen him be playing very well off the bench, getting sizable minutes as well. Him and Preston Achua kind of go together, but both of them are oddly enough playing big minutes. If Gary Trent plays, maybe that hurts kind of some of their minutes caps overall, but both are definitely in play. Trey Lyles, I had at 1.75. It looks like Lunch Lady Kelly Olynyk is going to be back tonight, so Trey Lyles probably not as much in play at this point in time.
The Lunch Lady.
Backup center position. We'll see how much Kelly Olynyk actually does end up playing. But now that I say that, it'll be like, oh, Trey Lyles just played like 28 minutes and plays awesome or something too. But
imagine that being your nickname. The Lunch Lady.
Then a couple other forward dart throws that we do have is obviously Bojan Bogdanovic that we already talked about at 1.7. If he scores the ball well, he'll play off. If he doesn't, then obviously he won't. Chris Duarte at 1.7, you could look at. He played pretty good minutes off the bench last time, played very, very well. But, it's if Malcolm Brogdon and Jeremy Lamb don't play, he's going to look a lot better. If they do play, then he probably doesn't look very good. And that's the last game of the night, too, so that kind of hurts there. Marvin Bagley is supposed to be back today at 1.75. If he's in the starting lineup, if he's getting 30 minutes, he's probably going to pay off at 1.75. Then we have Joe Ingles at 1.8, probably in that starting lineup. But you just have to hope Joe Ingles actually plays well, which he hasn't really done so far this season. So that's really, really dart throw. Then we have Torrey Craig at 1.95, should be in the starting lineup for the Pacers. We've seen him have 30-point games, like 30 fantasy point games earlier this year, a couple different times. It's not really predictable, but at 1.95, if you want to take that chance, you can do it. And then Zaire Williams, once again, for the Memphis Grizzlies, he's a 2x multiplier, should be in that starting lineup, and should see a little bit more minutes than he typically does. Then we move down to the centers. And the centers here are the only two that I do actually have. So we have Onyeka Okongwu, who is starting for the Atlanta Hawks once again. We saw him get 36 minutes the last time out. If he can do that again, if he can play very well at 1.75, he could definitely be a value. And then Mo Wagner, who is 2x multiplier, probably looked a little bit better before. Now they're going kind of small ball tonight, so maybe he doesn't look quite as good. But he's had kind of back-to-back good games, so it's just a pure dart throw, but probably not something I'm really trying to go out and play myself personally.
Well, Wagner.
All
right. Let's get into some fun. Let's get into the fun part. Actually, you know what? This is all fun. I love talking shit with you, man. I love talking basketball. I learn a lot.
And while you're pulling that stuff up, I'll refresh over here and just make sure there's no other changes that have happened. So we got the 76ers starting lineup: Tyrese Maxey, Seth Curry. What? Charlie Brown's starting.
What? Charlie Brown.
Not that Charlie Brown either. Tobias Harris, Joel Embiid. So Korkmaz is not starting. Charlie Brown's starting. Never thought I'd be saying that in my life. And then the Brooklyn Nets are starting James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Patty Mills, Kessler Edwards, and Deron Sharp. So it's the exact same starting lineup as the last time out. It's a very odd starting lineup when you start James Harden, Kyrie Irving, and Patty Mills together because they're all not tall. What? So you're playing like three combo guards together.
Shit, they got to do what they got to do.
It's just weird. So
this filler kill might fill up. Let's see.
How much do you want to bet that Charlie Brown's not even on the SuperDraft slate?
I'll bet you're right.
I don't even know if he's at guard or forward though. If we'd have to look for him to even see. And with that being said, if he is on the slate and I'm wrong, I would not play him, even if he's a 2x. Because he's not very he wasn't even that good last year when he played with the Thunder when they had nobody.
All right,
so he's probably not going to. So he's probably not going to do anything with the 76ers. Harden, Irving. I still can't believe they're starting those three guards together. It's just weird. Especially since Patty Mills has come off the bench most of his career anyways. It's just play him off the bench.
Let's see.
God, why is Charlie Brown starting? It's like Kemba Walker playing yesterday, but worse. He's averaging 1.6 points and 2.1 rebounds. That's good, right? So let's see. He played 23 minutes. He played 23 minutes against Washington last time out, finishing with 6 points, 9 rebounds, and 1 block. So even at 2x, you don't want that.
Yeah.
You know I got to see if he's on the slate now, right?
Better look. I can look right now, too. I'm going to get into one of these.
No, you must have that.
Anything that was good enough to play in. Not really.
No.
It's crazy. For a big slate like this, I feel like they would have better games.
Yeah, most of them filled up already.
Oops, I did that wrong. No, I mean, I looked earlier this morning, and there wasn't really anything that was
Let's see. He is not at forward. If he's on SuperDraft, it's not at forward. Okay, let's try guard now. Brown. Oh, he's actually on there. He's actually on the slate. I'm surprised. Yeah. He's 2x at guard. But the best game he's had this year is 18.25 points before a multiplier. So that even with starting and stuff, well, if you're lucky, he gets to 40 points. Let's see. So there's a status note that Zach LaVine and Lonzo Ball are both going to miss at least 4 more games.
Damn. Chris LeVert. I mean, that's not it. This guy might be a good play too.
He's at 1.25 though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just not like it is just risky because like if Brogdon actually does end up playing, then it's the last it's the 10:30 game and you have nobody else to switch to.
Yeah, that does suck.
So like you could switch your options then are you stay on him or you like switch to like Russell Westbrook. And Russell Westbrook's been awful lately. Like literally the worst. He had a nice dunk the other night though, where he dunked over Rudy Gobert.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But he's been terrible at basketball lately, especially for fantasy.
Yeah, I like Beverly. Wasn't it Beverly who went off the other night? No, it wasn't Beverly. It was who's the
Edwards?
Yeah. Or Vander, what's his name? Vanderbilt.
Vanderbilt? No, we don't play Vanderbilt no more. Vanderbilt's only good when McDaniel starts too.
Somebody else went on the Timberwolves had a really, really good night.
When?
Last night.
The only Timberwolves that paid off last night were Jalen Noel at 2x, just because he was 2x, and Patrick Beverly.
I like the Schroeder pick, but it's just I feel like it's so risky.
I don't think it's not super risky, but it's just not like the floor is lower than a lot of other guys on this slate. Let's put it that way, and the ceiling's not as high.
What about Buddy?
I mean, Buddy Hield's what Buddy Hield is. He's going to go out and he's going to chuck up a bunch of threes. If he makes them, then you're going to be happy. If he doesn't, then you're going to be sad. He's going to play 30-plus minutes. The only bad part is last game he looks better because everybody on the Kings looked better last game too because Fox got ejected and Bagley didn't play.
So what's
happening? The last 20 minutes of the game, or the last 18 minutes of the game probably, everybody else looked really good. But it's hard. Kings are such a weird team. If Buddy Hield starts, he looks way better.
Okay, what can we pivot to at that time? Oh, that's the latest game.
Let's see. So that is there. You got 3 games you can pivot to at that point in time at least.
Oh, okay.
Because you can still go because you can go to the Pacers, you can go to the Lakers, which is the very last game of the night. You can go to the Clippers, the Nuggets, and the Pistons. I don't mind playing Buddy Hield. I mean, I think you can play one line with Buddy Hield at 1.6. I can think you can play a different line with Terrence Davis at 1.7 because one of them could go off on any given night. Oddly enough, both of them went off last time, and last time it didn't even make sense because it was Davis, Hield, and Mitchell all crushed for their price tags or for their multipliers.
I think for Bogard, we might have to do a revenge narrative with Terry Rozier.
Rozier or Hayward, or both. Hayward's the one that's got the bigger revenge, probably.
You think so?
When you think about it from that aspect, at least, because they declined his option or whatever and just told him to get lost. Plus, he broke his leg.
What's his multiplier?
1.45. I mean, I guess they kind of did Rozier wrong though too, but because he was so good in the playoffs when Kyrie was hurt, and then they're just oh, we're gonna bring Kemba in. So I guess you could make an argument for both. You could probably play one of each, in 2 different lines or something, For me, the guys I'm going to be playing the most tonight, probably James Harden, Jimmy Butler. I'm still probably going to have a lot of Jokic. Jokic, SuperDraft, the way SuperDraft works, Jokic is always going to be at least 60%, like at center, unless there's like some crazy other play there. Just because because Jokic can go like over 70 on an easy basis. Like his bad games, he gets like 49 points.
Shit, yeah,
and that's because they blow out the other team. What?
I say Gordon Hayward. I mean, like that could be a good play if he does.
He's really up and down, but that's probably the bigger revenge narrative. If you're just basing it solely off of revenge narratives.
I think I heard that could be a pretty high scoring game.
Yeah, these teams don't play defense.
We're just playing both in one.
I mean, you can, but then you probably want to play like some of the Boston guys too. If you're going for that. So maybe play like Schroeder, maybe play like Rozier, Schroeder, Gordon Hayward, Jason Tatum, and then
let's get crazy with one like that. Let's stack that game. Let's get some revenge narratives for Bogard.
The Bogard lineup.
Double revenge narrative. Bogard will love that. All right. Get Schroeder in here.
Yeah. I put like Schroeder. I probably put Tatum too. Maybe go like Tatum over Wood. Because Wood's going against Rudy Gobert too, so it's not like very good.
He's just been really good. I think he's just been a really good, solid player.
Yeah, but he's going against the best defensive center in the league too. So
he might have COVID too.
Yeah, he's already had a choice, right?
I'm just kidding. Just
what's one more time gonna do to him?
No, just that shit's so crazy. He just was like instant karma. Like that's just how it happens.
Yeah. So 1.15 for Tatum. So if you want to do that, I try to make Harden. I probably do like Jimmy Butler over Chris Middleton, and I probably do Jokic at center just because
that's fine.
Just to make like the rest of it pretty safe. Because I feel like the three like safest players tonight is probably James Harden, Jimmy Butler, and Nikola Jokic.
I'm fine with that.
Yeah, I mean you can definitely play Nurkic in like a different lineup, but
shit, I might have to make this like I mean this looks like a good lineup.
Could be. Depending on how that Boston-Charlotte game goes. Kind of helps that LaMelo's not been playing that great either. And then last game, he had to come off the bench because he's sick. So maybe he's still a little sick today.
Read that one out.
So we got James Harden, 1x multiplier. Terry Rozier, what was that, 1.3, right, for Terry now?
Yep.
He's been keep going up. Dennis Schroeder at 1.55. Jason Tatum at 1.15. Jimmy Butler at 1.15. Gordon Hayward at 1.45 and Nikola Jokic at 1. So 3 really safe guys, and then part of a revenge narrative and some Celtics on the bring back.
Love it. All right, let's do my $3 one.
Okay. Oh, so who is super interesting tonight? Because I feel like the safe, most of these safe guys, I don't feel like Harden's going to be as chalky just because it's a 13-game slate either.
Just fucking Christian Wood. He is going against Gobert, though, you said.
Yeah, it's like going against the defensive player of the year perennial pretty much. I don't know. It's just.
No, I mean, I trust you on that.
It's Utah is a good defensive team in general. The Rockets suck, and then it's you're going against Gobert. Most people don't have good games against Gobert.
I want to do Middleton for 1.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, Middleton's fine. I kind of like putting Darius Garland in 1 at 1.25 because he's been really good. There's a lot of good prop bets on Darius Garland tonight. It's over 9 assists. I think it's 18.5 points, which he's gone over the past 3 games. The assists plus points plus rebounds was pretty decent looking too.
Yeah, he's been beasting. Oh yeah, this guy's definitely going in my $3.
Yes, I like him. I still like. I don't know. I feel like John Morant has to do more tonight.
He's been kind of a bum.
What?
He's kind of been down.
He's up. He was so good. Like at times, he's been so good at times this year too. But it's just like there's so many other guys they don't have right now. So it's like he has to. It's like he has to do more, right?
1.1.
It's just like I don't know. There's no Desmond Bane. There's no Dylan Brooks. Like who else is going to shoot the ball? This
Were they playing again?
Playing the Bucks.
Let's see if they.
He looks. So I guess you could say he looks worse as Drew Holiday plays because Drew Holiday is a really good defender, but Drew Holiday is also a guy that's coming off a bum ankle and probably only going to play 26 minutes, so it probably won't matter either way. I don't know. I'm playing a lot of John Morant on DraftKings because he's $8,900. So once we got the news like Bane and Tyus Jones weren't playing, it's like, I guess we're just like if that game's competitive, he should play like 38 minutes. Because they don't have a backup point guard. I guess Melton can kind of play backup point. Typically, if they had Kyle Anderson, he'd just kind of play the backup point in that situation, but he's out too. So they ain't got nobody. Somebody on that Memphis team is going to like explode tonight. Should be Ja, and then it should be like one of the other guys, whether it's DeAnthony Melton, whether it's John Concher or Zaire Williams. And it's probably not going to be Zaire Williams, even though he might play the most minutes of those three.
Siakam's he's been doing so good.
Yeah, I like Siakam. Like he's one of those guys that's super safe at 1.2. I don't know if this is right, but when I was looking at the props earlier today,
I want to throw in Butler, Jimmy B.
Yeah. So when I was looking at the props earlier today on Pascal Siakam, it said he had like 10 assists the past 2 games. I'm like, when did that happen?
You playing Sabonis anywhere?
He's overpriced on other sites. I think he's fine on SuperDraft.
I need some points, so let's see.
It's like you kind of chance Brogdon playing, but then even if Brogdon plays, he's probably not going to play more than 26 minutes. I really just don't think Brogdon's going to play.
Where do we go? Jimmy Butler at 1.15.
Yeah.
Same multiplier. Who do you think is going to hit?
I'd rather play Jimmy. He's safer at least. Like we know the whole Heat team's going to run through Jimmy.
Oh yeah, I mean, they're going to have to.
But like, the Pacers can run through Sabonis or LeVert.
So we just go Jokic here. I mean, or do we?
You can play Nurkic in this one because you got like all the other guys are pretty safe.
All right, read that one out. We'll do this one. We'll try this one out.
James Harden 1x multiplier, John Morant 1.1, Darius Garland 1.25, Pascal Siakam 1.2, Chris Middleton 1.3, Jimmy Butler 1.15, and Joseph Nurkic at 1.25. So it's a pretty safe lineup. You got Nurkic there with some upside. You got John Morant with some extra upside too. And then if Middleton or somebody else hits, then like you're doing pretty well. Like that's a lineup that has a lot of upside.
Yeah, I like it.
And it's not like it's not like a lot of risk either.
All right. Do we want to do a crazy one now?
Sure. You want to play Marvin Bagley at forward?
You can do anything you want in this one.
So what if we do one with like Marvin Bagley and presses a 2 at forward?
All right. Let me clear this one. We're just going to completely clear this one.
So let's see. Who else could we play that would be like a little interesting? So what if we could have like this just like $1 one, right?
Yeah, it's just $1 one.
Okay, so put Marvin Bagley at forward. 1.75.
At forward. Dun, dun, dun. Keep up with me, computer. It's at Bagley.
Then we can just stick on forward while you're there. Do Precious Achua, so it's ACHI.
All you gotta do is type in Presh. Bam.
That works too. Then, I mean, you probably want to play somebody safe with them, so you can play like a Giannis, LeBron, or Jimmy Butler, pretty much. Heck, put LeBron in this one just because we ain't got no.
Is he playing the late game? Let's do it.
And we don't have anybody else. We don't have any other lineups with LeBron. So guard, put in Melton. So we have one of the. Other Grizzly guys. Yep, there you go. Then it's kind of like what you want to do from there, because we kind of got like two three high multiplier guys. They're kind of dart throws, but they're relatively safe dart throws because they're all starting. They all should get good minutes. I assume Melton's going to start. Let's put it that way at least. I mean, if Melton doesn't start and Contra starts, I guess you could start Contra.
Right, we haven't played Bradley Beal anywhere. I kind of wanted to play him.
Yeah, you can do that. Bradley Beal. Let's see.
He kind of had a down game. I mean, he's kind of been up and down, but I mean.
So who else could we play with Bradley Beal? What if you play Bradley Beal and Luka just because we haven't got no Luka anywhere?
Okay, do that.
And then let's do center. Let's see, center. You want to put a Joel Embiid in this one?
Yeah, I definitely do.
Got him anywhere.
You're right.
And they're playing the Magic. The Magic aren't the best team against centers in the world either. So.
All right, let's get crazy with it. Read that one out.
So we got D'Anthony Melton 1.75, Bradley Beal at 1.2, Luka Doncic at 1.05, Marvin Bagley at 1.75, Precious Achua at 1.75, LeBron James at 1, and then Joel Embiid at 1.05.
Let's get jiggy with it. Yeah, I like
you got that one saved.
Boom.
Is that all? Was that all the lineups you got?
Yeah, I mean, I can see if they got anything else. I mean, we still
you're
got
good.
4.
No, you're good. I'll go over some. So these are some of the props that I liked on Prize Picks, at least. These were the lines earlier today. They might have moved too. So I had Jimmy Butler over 7.5 assists. That's one that I did bet personally myself. Terry Rozier over 3.5 assists. He's been over that the past 5 games. Darius Garland over 9 assists. That's one that I bet myself personally. Kyle Kuzma over 9 rebounds. He's done it like the last 4 games. So that one's relatively safe. Jakob Poeltl over 9.5 rebounds. Done like 4 of the last 5 games. Jalen Brunson, this is a weird one too, and I actually bet this one myself, but it's Jalen Brunson over 3.5 rebounds, which he's actually done the past 5 games. He's playing big minutes, so I'm like, why not, I guess. Joel Embiid over 27.5 points. We know he had that long stretch where he was getting like 30 at least most games. He's only been under that point total for one of the last 5 games. Terry Rozier over 18.5 points. He's been on a heater lately, so he's looking pretty good there. I did like Chris Middleton at the over on 20.5 points as long as Drew Holiday's not playing. He's only failed to hit that once out of the last 5 games. I do like the over on Jimmy Butler, points plus rebounds plus assists at 36.5 on Prize Picks. And then Joseph Nurkic at over 30 for points plus rebounds plus assists. Look kind of interesting too.
Yeah, I could see that happening. I hope that.
I mean, he got 23 points and 21 rebounds last time. That's 14 more than he needs without even assists.
I hope that happens again tonight, especially with that $3 lineup. I'm gonna need to win some money tonight, Craig. Yeah, I think so. When's the golf? What about the golf stuff? Or you got some prize picks you want to talk about? You can talk some prize picks because we can talk golf after that.
That's just the ones that I had for Prize Picks at least tonight when I was looking through.
And the hockey stuff. I mean, hockey starts like right now too. But for hockey, I mean, it's pretty much start some of the guys out there. Obviously, probably start one of the best centers. There's probably 2 centers you should probably start that are really good, and then. You can either, if you want to go with who was the goalie for tonight?
Campbell for Toronto.
That's the That's what the Pro Picks is. But for some insight from a guy that we know that's really into hockey, he said that this could be a really, really high scoring game. So I mean, if you choose if you choose the goalie who wins and they get scored on a bunch of times, at least they get the points for the wins.
Yeah, they just kind of even out at that point in time.
Yeah, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, this is a dart throw. I just,
Yeah, it's a way to get different for sure, though. But like you said, I think both the centers or whatever they're called definitely in play. Tavares is the one. I know he's pretty good. And then whoever the other one is for New York. Let's see. I was trying to see if I could see the line on that game just real quick. So tell me the points. Not the points, the goals, whatever. It's too slow to load. So let's see. They have that game at over and under and a half, or the over unders at 5.5 goals at this point in time. So
that's pretty low.
It's the lowest. It's the lowest one of tonight, but the other two are like 6 and 6.5 though too. So, and one of the teams is really bad in the other game.
So we'll see what happens, I guess.
Let's see. But I mean, even if the goalie allows 3 goals, that's still not going to help him very much.
No, I know. So I guess we'll see what happens there.
Yeah.
So we can pull some golf stuff too. We can talk golf.
Yep. Give me 1 second here. I'm just seeing if there's anything else coming in. Basketball.
Oh, yeah. Anything, brother. This is our show.
So they said Reggie Bullock's playing, Maxi Kleber's playing. They were both probable earlier today. I didn't even bother listing them just because they're already probable or upgraded to probable earlier today. Timberwolves are starting D'Angelo Russell, Patrick Beverly, Anthony Edwards, Jared Vanderbilt, Karl Anthony Towns. So the exact same as last night. Dennis Smith Jr. is playing tonight. CJLB is playing tonight, or he's available to play. Doesn't mean he's going to definitely play. Don't play him.
Do not play him.
Shouldn't have said that. My luck is yeah. No, that was just that one night. It's like everything I said, just like the opposite happened. Don't do this. Whoops. I mean, Justin Holiday won't do anything unless he just makes like a bunch of 3 or gets a bunch of random steals. Oh, wait, that just happened.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
shit was crazy. That's funny. That was the other night.
So the golf, I made a list of guys here. So I kind of made like my list. Then I started like listening to some people too. So obviously John Rahm, he's a 1x multiplier. He looks like a very good play, a very safe play.
He's like the #1 golfer in the world.
Yeah. And like it's important to know, like with this course, there's 3 different courses they're playing. There's not a cut till day 3. So even if you play some of the higher multiplier guys and they get cut, like after the 3rd day, like they still could put up decent point totals because you're getting 3 days out of them instead of 2. Or if you get them through, then they could look all right too. Patrick Cantlay, he's a guy that is 1.05. He's been playing very well recently. He has good course history here. You know, him and John Rahm are pretty much 2 of the safest plays, probably 2 of the plays that will be really chalky. That's obviously why their multiplier is so low. Abraham Answer, relatively safe player, 1.1 multiplier, had success here last year. So it's kind of, another guy that's really good to play. Sunjay M, obviously he missed the cut last week, which is like his first missed cut in like 16 or 15 or 16 events. So he's definitely in play. He's a guy that's relatively consistent as long as his putter's working all right. So I had Will Zalatoris down here. Obviously, I believe he was the Masters he won last year.
I think he got second, right? I think he finished second.
Maybe.
Behind, he finished
behind Bryson.
The Masters. That was the one person who won the Masters was Matsuyama, and Zalatoris was in second.
I thought Matsuyama won the PGA. I could be wrong though.
I thought it was the Masters.
I don't know. We'll have to go back and look sometime. But he's a guy that's not in the best recent form though. He doesn't really have good course history. Or he's either not played here or doesn't have good course history. I can't remember which off the top of my head.
Zalatoris is the man. If you want to know if there's no picture of him, but if you want a good picture of Will Zalatoris, it's Happy Gilmore's original caddy. That's who it is. The blonde-haired kid where he grabs him and he's like shaking him. That's exactly what he looks like. And it's so funny because like when he did really good in that, I thought it was the Masters.
Yeah, I think it was the Masters, but either one or he got
second. And freaking here comes Adam Sandler with a tweet like, "I'm so proud of my caddy. He's grown up." It's so fucking funny.
Then after that, we got Tony Finau, who is 1.15. He's a guy that's got decent course history here. He kind of fell apart the last day. And he is a guy, what was it? Did he put – I don't remember. Did Tony Finau play last week or not? He played pretty well the week before that, though.
Yeah,
Russell
played one before that.
Yeah, I don't know if he played last week, though. Russell Henley obviously was tied for first, and then he lost the playoff last week. But he's not a guy that has great course history here either, so maybe he's somebody to fade at 1.2. But if you're just trying to keep on that hot streak and hope he just stays hot, could be a guy to look at there. Corey Connors, 1.2, decent course history here. Pretty safe player as well. Your Taylor Gooch, he's a pretty good stat fit and decent course history here as well. Been playing decent as well, 1.15. Chris Kirk, who actually had a pretty good week last time out, 1.25, did pretty well here last year as well, so definitely in play. Kevin Streelman, this is a course that looks decent for him. I think he had some success here last year as well, 1.25. I put Jason Day down at 1.25. He's a little bit riskier play, but when you're comparing him to the other 1.25s, it's not like he's not like that much better or that much worse than like Chris Kirk or Streelman. They both come with some risk as well.
And I got Jonathan Vegas.
Yeah. So he's a guy that has good course history. He's had okay recent form, but he had a long stretch last year where he wasn't very good. Brian Harmon's definitely in play at 1.3.
Harmon.
It's a shorter course. It benefits him, somebody that can putt well. And the biggest thing about this is since they're playing on the 3 different courses, the one course I believe is right by the bay. So if you get the really windy day on the bay, like you probably just missed the cut because you had the windy day on the bay because like everybody shoots terrible when that happens. But hopefully, for some of these guys, it's either windy on all 3 days by the bay and just kind of evens it out, or it's just not windy at all. And that's what happened with the Hawaii course. The weather wasn't as bad as they thought on that first course, and then everybody shot like 2,300. Patton Kizzire I kind of like as well, 1.35. Guy that's pretty good short game, pretty good putter. Had a little bit of success here. I like Hendrik Norlander. I believe he finished 12th here last year, 1.35. Decent form, kind of favors him as well. Russell Knox I kind of like a little bit as well, 1.35. Had a little bit of success. Matt Neesmith was a guy that started out pretty good last year, 1.4. Not like the safest guy in the world, but he had some success early last year. This course that maybe he does well on as well. Doug Gim actually did really well here last year at 1.45. He had a very good start till the beginning of the year, and then he kind of faltered. He's a guy that kind of played better on the West Coast, and then when they went kind of the East Coast, he just didn't play as well. Michael Thompson was another name that I did here this week, who's a decent stat fit. Probably finishes top 20 this week at 1.4. So that's kind of like the notes that I have, and then some of the things that I listened to and heard.
I like Seamus Power. He's one of my guys.
Yeah. So Seamus, I just don't remember if he's played this event before or just like very limited playing it.
I mean, there's so many ways that we could attack this. It's crazy.
Yep. And you have to think Rahm and Cantley are going to be pretty chalky.
Yeah, and I think I'm just going to take Rahm anyways.
Mm-hmm. I mean, you can definitely play both. A lot of this might just come down to who does well and has decent multipliers, honestly. Because there's a lot of guys that should do pretty well at this course. And like I said, it really just depends on who gets the course by the bay when it's windy. Because those guys are going to tank. So Gary Trent got ruled out again tonight for basketball.
Again?
Yeah. Oh, well. That's a good thing. I like just assuming people are out, and then when they're actually out, it's more annoying when they actually get ruled back in. So the Hawks are starting Trae Young, Kevin Huerter, DeAndre Hunter, John Collins, and Okongwu once again. Cavaliers starting Darius Garland, Isaac Okoro, Laura Markman, Evan Mobley, and Jarrett Allen. Celtics are starting Schroeder, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Grant Williams, Al Horford. And the Heat are starting Butler, Vincent, Duncan Robinson, PJ Tucker, Bam Adebayo. So those are a couple more starting lineups. And now I got to type them all in. So
type. All right, let's see here. I mean, I like I like Brian Harmon.
Yeah, he's a good
Brian Harmon fan.
He's a good fit for this course. He's kind of had mixed results at this event, but he's a good fit for the event.
I mean, my other lineup's a lot different than this one's going to be. I think this is where I'm going to go. I mean, I like Harmon. I really like Harmon. Just he's not a huge driver. That's the thing. Like he plays a lot of irons.
Yeah. So the one year when he missed the cut, I think he got the Bayside course on the windy day though. So that like there's a little bit of luck involved in this event. You just don't want to play the one course when it's like the bad weather, windy day.
I mean, I like Sung Jae, except his putting sucks.
Yeah, he's been better than he's been. He's gotten better at least. But he's so freaking good at everything else. Like,
I like Zalatoris, but like he's really, I mean, he's young, man. Like he was like last year was the first year that he was on like the tour.
Let's see.
And he came on really strong. I mean, that's how Matt Wolf came on too, like really, really strong. And then he took it. So apparently he took like a break for a while for mental health break. So he's just back now. Yeah, I mean, I really like him. He's a talented kid.
Yeah,
I feel like I got to see him play a couple years ago when he won the 3M Open. That shit was pretty dope.
I feel like I'm going to take some more chances on guys this week probably, but it's going to be guys like I'll probably take a chance on like Chris Kirk or Kevin Streelman. I'll probably take a chance. Call. I like Norlander at 1.35. He had some success here last year. I might take a chance on Doug Gim just because he's 1.45 and he did well here last year. And he started out really good last year. So last year was like his second like real year on the tour. Like the first real year he was on the tour, he wasn't very good. And then last year he started off pretty hot, and then as soon as they went to the East Coast, he fell off the cliff. Which it happens for a lot of these guys actually. Max Homa was kind of that way too. He played real well on the West Coast, and then they went to the East Coast and he didn't play very well.
Henrik
Norlander.
Yeah, who was the other guy you said?
Doug Gim. GIHM.
You said 1.4, right? Or 1.45?
1.45. He's like the highest multiplier guy I would consider playing this week. Just because like he was really bad at the end of last year, but he was really good at the beginning of the year. And he did well at this event last year, or like did reasonably
well.
I
mean he's got to just be able to make. So here's the thing: like, yeah, it's nice getting risky, but they really got to be able to make the cut.
Yeah, and like the best thing is like with these guys with the high multiplier, like even if they get cut, they still give you 3 days. Whereas like if you play like John Rahm at 1, and he somehow misses the cut.
He finished 5th place last time he played here.
Yeah.
Right, this is American Express Open, right?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, that's a good play.
Yeah, him and Norlander, and I think Norlander finished like 12th last year, and they're both pretty high multipliers. They're both pretty reasonable price tags on most sites.
I mean, if those guys hit, they 5th place at 1.45. I mean,
and he doesn't even get like he could get like 15th place and he still pay off at 1.45.
97 times, Let's just look at that score. Let's look at a score, something like that.
So the Hornets starting lineup is LaMelo Ball, Terry Rozier, Gordon Hayward, Miles Bridges, and Mason Plumlee. So no changes there. And then the Trailblazers starting Anthony Simons, C.J. McCollum, Nazir Little, Robert Covington, and Joseph Nurkic. So those are what was expected. Where are you at now?
Oh, yeah, send some lineups to us.
Oh.
So, yeah, I mean, I like Gim, dude. I mean, I think that's a really good call. I mean,
see, I feel like I'm going to go
risky, but I mean, if he hits, let's see. If he hits 70, let's just say 75 points. 1.45. Whoops.
75.1. So hold on.
Like over 100, like 108, 109 points.
Yeah. Like
I mean, that's shit. I mean, that's a good risk.
Yeah, so like the way I'm probably gonna build mine, I'll probably like play like real safe. I'll probably play like Rom Cantley, and then I'll go like Doug Gim, Hendrick Norlander. I think I'm still probably gonna play Tony Finau, and then I might play like Chris Kerr, Kevin Streelman, somebody like that, or like Brian Harmon, somebody in there. Like a good mix of upside and a good mix of like safe plays, pretty much this week.
Ander cursed. He's Ander cursed. I don't know. Like I said, you watched the little Pat Mayo. He cursed him. There's this guy Tim Andercuss, and he curses everybody. It's crazy, dude. Like he'll talk about like certain things and like just like people that like were dying, like he, all of a sudden like he'd mention them in a show, and all of a sudden like the next day that person would like die.
God,
it's crazy. He curses teams. I mean, I'm all for playing John Rahm and Cantley.
Yeah. They're both very good here. You can play them. You can play Answer. Like, there's a lot of guys you can play that should do well here.
Yeah, I'm doing that.
Let's see. So you got Harmon, Rob, Power, Gim,
Cantley, and then I think we still go with another safe guy, and maybe you're going Finau, and I'm thinking maybe Henley.
So,
how does he do?
I don't think he doesn't have the best course history here.
I don't like that then.
Yeah, so I feel like you can go with your Gooch.
You know I like the Gooch. What about Corey Connors?
Yeah, he's fine.
What about his course history here?
He's been decent here. I don't know what he was last year, but
they don't show that far back, which sucks. Some of these guys play a lot more golf than the others.
Let's see. So it's not like his best course, but it's not like he's been bad here either. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He's a guy whenever I play him, it seems like that's the week that he just decides to like tank one round though.
I feel like he's just had he's a really good golfer. A lot of good plays, a lot of good finishes.
And he's Canadian.
It's like Connors or the Gooch. How's this finish? Has he played here before?
Yeah. He's done decent here. If I remember correctly.
21st. I mean, that's not bad.
No.
Man, that's tough. I might just have to do one and just like rock this lineup maybe. And then just flip two. One with the Gooch and one with Connors.
Yep, something like that. But I mean, like, I think that's the way you like approach this. Like this week, I think you put like 3 guys that are kind of safe, and then 3 guys that got some upside.
Yeah, I mean, Harmon, I just like him just because he's got really, really, really good short game. Really good. He's a good putter.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a course like I feel like he has the opportunity to do well on.
Yeah, all 3 of these courses are shorter courses too.
And I'm rocking the Seamus Power. Like he's been doing really well as of late.
He's that guy that I'll probably like never play, and then like all of a sudden he just keeps like making a bunch of cuts, and I play him once, and then he sucks.
Then don't play him this week.
I'm not.
All right. Let's see. Let's just check in on some of the lineups real quick, and then we can get out of here.
Yep.
A lot of basketball to watch tonight.
Too many games. How many games are tomorrow? Hold on. ESPN.
Embiid already, dude. 12.86 points.
It's because it's Embiid.
He's already scored 9 points. He's got 1 block.
He got 9 points? The whole team has 9 points.
Yeah, he scored them all. Oh, they got 11 points now. Who else scored? Beal's got 3.9 points. He's got 1 turnover, which sucks, but he's got 2 assists and a rebound. This is the
turnover. So there's only 3 games tomorrow.
This is the crazy lineup. So
yeah. So there's only 3 games tomorrow though.
For basketball. 3 games slate. That's all right. Easy night.
So we got the Pelicans and the Knicks, the Suns and the Mavericks, and the Pacers and the Golden State Warriors. And it starts at 6:30 our time.
Let's see.
Let's see. Another starting lineup. Bulls are starting Kobe White, DeSomu, DeRozan, McKinney, and Vucevic. So Alex Caruso will not start tonight. He'll come off the bench. The Thunder are starting Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, Lou Dort, Josh Giddey, Aaron Wiggins, and Robinson Earl.
There's not really any games yet set for tomorrow. I hope they put some games on.
Oh, they should. Sometimes it doesn't come up till later, though.
They've got some mains. They already have this stuff out.
Yeah. Sometimes they add like ones later on in the night, though. For whatever. I don't know why they do that, but
shit, there's some MMA fights going on
this weekend.
Saturday, yeah.
That's one thing I don't really follow.
Me neither. They did one for free and just betting and super hard.
I used to get free contests on FanDuel for him all the time. My buddy, he'll kind of watch, he kind of follows it, and I'm like, just tell me who to play. I don't even care if it hits because it's free. Like, if I make money, it's cool. If it don't, it's cool.
Yeah, so tomorrow is golf. Make sure you guys get your golf lineups in. What time does that even start at?
I don't know. Probably like 10 o'clock our time, I would guess. It's in
10:40 a.m.
Our time?
Yep, our time.
Central time. So
I would assume that just shows our time.
Yeah, 10:40.
10:40. All right, so should we get out of here?
Yep, let's get out of here.
All right, Craig. Tell them where to find you at, my brother.
Yeah, so you can find me on Twitter at Coach Craig Sport, on YouTube at Coach Craig Sports, on Patreon at patreon.com/Coach Craig Sports, on SportsMe at Coach Craig Sports as well. And that's pretty much it. I'm not going to say too much today. Don't want to ramble for too long.
And you can find me everywhere on YouTube, on Twitter, on Instagram, JC Money Design. Come hit me up. Also, make sure you get signed up on SuperDraft Pro, SDCoachJC.com. And if you have any questions, make sure you hit me up on Twitter or Instagram because I will get you in, get you subscribed, and get you playing. All right, y'all. It's been fun. It's always fun talking to you, my brother. Get out of here.
Win some money.
Yeah, let's win some money. I like that crazy lineup because it's already got some money on it and already hitting. And then LeBron's in there. So, I can maybe finish the night with going strong.
With Bagley and LeBron.
Let's see what happens here. All right, y'all. Peace out.